So in Kentucky, there is a statutory obligation for all teachers to receive 24 hours of professional development every year. And in the law, those hours are defined as after-school hours. And so it requires teachers to either stay after school hours to work in study teams, book groups, topic discussions. They could do some action research and case studies after school. They could attend conferences and workshops, which is one of the more typical ways teachers tend to get those hours because of that requirement of after school hours. The Kentucky Department of Education did work with Learning Forward in order to really study what really was considered to be high impact professional learning. And through the analysis of the Learning Forward standards in comparison to some of the work that was happening across the state of Kentucky and in other states, including Washington State and Colorado and some other places, they studied those standards and realized that we did have far beyond what some states had as far as a professional development requirement for teachers and an ongoing learning requirement. But it still wasn't as thorough as what we all wanted it to be. What we realized is that often teachers, through their professional learning communities, through the work that they do in the classroom with students and the analysis they do of student work as teams when they talk about next steps for learners, that often is the strongest professional learning opportunities. And so Kentucky now has added some regulatory language around professional learning that requires professional learning to be ongoing. It requires it to be job embedded. It asks districts and teachers to consider how do you have professional learning that supports all of the Learning Forward standards. And so that essentially is a larger piece than just professional development. The 24-hour PD package in Kentucky is a component of professional learning, but it's a lot broader than just that. We see teachers in our district using various strategies. And so these learning designs that they have in place, they do have book studies. They do have learning communities where they focus on a problem of practice and analyze why they're getting certain types of answers to certain questions, or why students struggle with certain elements of writing or mathematics. The teachers then study that, respond to it instructionally in their classrooms, and then come back together to analyze the student work. And so we do have models of that throughout the district. We're hoping to continue that and to really strengthen that. Our learning communities we think are getting better, and they're becoming more collaborative inquiry teams where they really approach a problem and study it and also analyze the results of their intervention. We see more of that, but we'd like to continue to see that to grow.